Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Vous écoutez Monsieur Hani Abdul Khaliq, enseignant de français à la section masculine de FLE, à l'École internationale d'Al-Oroba à Riyad en Saoudite. Correcteur, examinateur et formateur habilité pour DELF de la part de CIEP du ministère français de l'Éducation nationale. Titulaire du stage de français extension AJCSI avec l'Université de Cambridge en Angleterre. Correcteur certifié et habilité des examens de Cambridge. You are listening to Mr. Hani Abdul Khaliq, French teacher in the male section of FLE, French as Foreign Language at the International School of Al-Uruba in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Authorized the corrector and the examiner and the trainer for the diploma on behalf of CIEP of the French Ministry of National Education. Holder of the French IGCSE extension course with the University of Cambridge in England. Certified and accredited Cambridge examiner. Ces cours sont adressés aux nouveaux venus dans notre école à partir de 4e année qui n'ont pas, c'est-à-dire 4e année, c'est-à-dire grade 8, starting from grade 8, qui n'ont jamais étudié français, ou ceux qui ont des difficultés à poursuivre nos méthodes basées sur le DELF. Aussi, ces cours peuvent être utiles pour les parents qui ont pour but d'aider leurs enfants chez nous. Durant les sessions, je vais mélanger entre français et l'anglais pour être bien compris de la part des élèves. This course is intended for newcomers to our school starting from grade 8 who have difficulty in following our methods based on the DELF diploma. Also, these lessons can be useful for parents who aim to help their children at home. During the sessions, I will mix between French and English to be understood by the students, and pay attention here for this point. Please forgive me in advance if I do any spelling or pronunciation mistake. I'm not an English teacher, but I'm trying to facilitate and simplify things for you. Okay, let's start. Before starting in anything, I would like to explain the four skills that we need to speak any language, and also the four skills that we will study. We'll study any topic with these skills, with these four skills. These skills are, here, the first thing, je peux pour la production orale. Production orale, it means oral production, it means speaking. So with this skill, je peux parler, I can speak. Donc, deuxième compétence, je peux écrire, ça c'est la production de l'écrit. Written production, it means reading comprehension or ça c'est production, désolé, ça c'est production écrite, donc on va écrire, it's writing, not reading comprehension. The reading comprehension is this one, the next. Donc ici, je peux écrire. I can write. The third thing, je peux lire. I can read. Et je peux écouter. I can listen. Ça, c'est compréhension de l'oral. The oral comprehension. So, to study any language, we have to study four skills. And to speak this language, we need to get or to have four skills. These skills are to speak, to listen, to write, and to read. How can I do this? Pour parler une langue, on doit perfectionner ces quatre compétences. Pour les acquérir, on étudie sérieusement trois outils. To speak any language in all over the world, we must perfect these four skills. To acquire them, these four skills we are seriously studying three tools. What are the three tools? Okay, let's go to the three tools. To get and to study these three tools, we need three things. The first thing, to be able to have these four skills, the first thing is the vocabulary. The vocabulary is the king of any language. If you don't have vocabulary, we will never be able to speak this language. So we need to memorize, after a lesson, we need to memorize its vocabulary. And it's better to memorize it inside the context, inside its context. Here, the next thing is phonetic. It means phonics in English. It's like the pronunciation we study. The pronunciation in any language has rules. It means like the grammar we have in the grammar rules. So we have for the pronunciation we have rules. If we follow these rules, we will pronounce well. It's easy. And just like we have in the grammar exceptions, so we have in the pronunciation exceptions. Mais les exceptions sont un peu minimes en français. Donc, we have here the three tools to get the four skills: vocabulary, phonetic, pronunciation or phonics, and here grammar. Okay, pay attention. These three must go together. Must go together. So we can't get vocabulary and donc en néglige, on fait pas attention, and we don't pay attention to the phonetic or the grammar. And we can't pay attention to the grammar et négliger les deux autres. Okay, I don't pay attention to the two others. So the three parts, the three tools must be together. So we have to memorize the vocabulary, study the grammar, and the pronunciation together, these three tools. Okay, ces trois choses doivent être ensemble. Donc, si on mémorise ou bien on retient le vocabulaire seulement, donc on va perdre la grammaire et aussi la phonétique. Ça, c'est le point. Donc, on va commencer. Ça, c'est notre premier cours. This is our first session. Okay, here, this is the first lesson of the newcomers. It's starting of or from grade 8. Why starting from grade 8? Because in grade 7, they are studying Club Ado A1. Donc, they are starting to study French from the beginning. So, there is no need to take the French as or for newcomers method from grade 7. Okay, so this is for the students starting from grade 8. Donc, chaque langue se construit de. D'accord, let's start. Chaque langue se construit de lettres. In any language, we start in any language with the letters. After that, from the letters, letter plus another, we have sounds. From the sounds, we have words. Okay, we have words. Sounds like what? Like the sound sh, like the sound oo, like the sound wa, like that. Sound plus another, and I'll explain something about that. Sound plus another, we have words. And from words, word plus another, we have a simple sentence. And simple sentence plus another, we have une phrase complexe. La phrase complexe, the complex sentence, if we can say in English, or the complicated sentence. Let's start with the letters, the French letters, l'alphabet français. Donc on dit A, B, C, D, E. Pay attention with me. A. When if someone is sick, he says A. So this is the first letter. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Pay attention. That's I in English. It's E in French. E, G. This is J in English, but in French it's G. And the other one, this one here, this is J in French, but it's G in English. K, this one is K. L, pay attention, there is no L in French. There is no L, just L. L, M, N, O, P, Q. This is Q. Okay, we pronounce this in English Q, but in French Q. Why? The U in French here is U. U. This letter is U. So here, this is Q. R. You can pronounce the R like R or R as you like. S, T, U, V, W. It's like double V. The W in French is like double V. W, X, Y, Z. Pay attention to another thing, that here the letter H. This is the name of the letter. There is a difference between the name of the letter and its sound inside the sentence or inside a word. Like here, the sound, the name of the letter Y. This is the name of the Y in English. In French, Y. It's a sound inside the sentence like the letter I, like honey. Okay, it's finished with Y, but we pronounce it like I, honey, and Sami, like that. Les lettres voyelles, the vowel letters in French. So here we have 26 letters. We have 6 letters. Okay, 6 letters are voyelles, vowel letters, A, E, I, O, U, Y. Ok. Donc, on a ici 6 lettres voyelles et 19 lettres consonnes and 19 letters consonant. What about the last letter, the 26th? Okay, we'll explain it. Here, pay attention to the H. The H in French is not a consonant letter and not vowel letter. Sometimes we say it's like a vowel letter and it's like a consonant letter. Here we have H muet. H muet, it means like a vowel letter. It means if we have le, si on a cet article, if we have this article with E, and the next word or the next word is starting with an H like a vowel. Okay, so we have to cancel this E to be l'hôtel. And if we have here les hôtels, if we have this word or set article is finished with S, the next word is starting with H muet or H muet in French, it will be like Z, les hôtels. Okay, we'll explain this. Le H aspiré. H aspiré like a consonant. Here the H is exactly like a consonant. Le wheat. Les wheat. Pay attention also that the letter H, we write it seulement en français, mais on ne le prononce pas. But we never pronounce it in French. Just we write H, but we never pronounce H. Just if we have CH before it, before the H, the letter C, we pronounce CH, sh, like le chat, le chien. But H alone, we never ever pronounce this letter. They don't have the sound h or ha, like in Arabic ha. So I repeat, in French we have 26 letters, 19 consonants, 6 vowels, and the H is like, sometimes it's like a vowel letter and sometimes like a consonant letter. Après ça, on a les sons. We have the sounds. On a ici 36 phonèmes. 36 phonèmes, donc we have sounds like 36 sounds, if we can say this. Comme par exemple, in French, we can get one sound from one letter. We can get one sound from 2 letters. We can get one sound from 3 letters. We can get one sound from 4 letters and finally from 5 letters. Sometimes. Okay, like here, we have these 2 letters, OI in French. These 2 letters, if they come together, it will be pronounced wa, like roi. Like here, roi. Roi means king. Roi means king. So we pronounce roi. And this one, if we have UI in French, it will be wheat. Wheat. So after that, if we have a sound plus un autre son, plus un autre son, etc. Donc on a un mot. We have a word. Comme par exemple action. This sound, this is ac. Ti in French is s. Action. In English it's sh, like action. Here, français. Sound plus another, plus another, plus another. We have a word. Donc, on a expliqué ensemble les lettres, les sons, les mots, comment on a des mots. Donc, la phrase simple, the simple sentence, c'est comme en anglais, on a sujet, verbe, complément. It's like in English, we have subject, verb, and object. Like, je suis absent. I am absent. Ça, c'est une phrase complète. Et phrase simple aussi. Et donc, la phrase complexe, if we have 2 simple sentences, and between these 2 simple sentences, we have a connecting word. Like, je suis absent parce que je suis malade. I am absent because I am sick. So here, this word, parce que, because, connected the first sentence, the first simple sentence with the second simple sentence. So we have here phrase complexe. Okay, complicated sentence. So it's easy, la phrase complexe. So here, if we concentrate on this, si on focalise sur la phrase simple, on aura, ou bien on sera capable de faire une phrase complexe. if we concentrate on the simple sentence, and that's what we will do right now, we can easily do une phrase complexe, we can do complicated sentence. So here la phrase française simple, les trois parties de n'importe quelle phrase française simple, c'est sujet, verbe, complément, subject, verb, object. Like in English, I am a student. Here the subject, which is in the beginning, okay, can be nom propre, proper name, like a name of any person, like Hani, Hamza, Al-Uruba, Saoudite, n'importe quel nom propre, any proper name. Nom commun, okay, we say un garçon, a boy, for me, for you, for the others. La fille, the girl. Cette école, this school. Okay, and the third thing that can be un sujet, le pronom sujet. Le pronom sujet, c'est-à-dire the subject pronouns. The subject pronouns, c'est-à-dire les pronoms avec quoi on peut commencer la phrase. What we can start the sentence. The subject pronouns in French are je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. Pay attention, we don't pronounce here the S. The S of nous, vous, il, and elle avec S. Here, je means I, tu means you for only one person, like anta, il, he, elle means she, on means someone, or like we say in Arabic, in the slang language, we say احنا. Okay, it's equals we, but we have another one for we. No means we. And on can be we also. But what the difference? No, here it's in the standard language, like we say in the standard language in Arabic, نحن, and here we say احنا. So the meaning of on is someone, a known person, and احنا. Nu, it means we, which is in Arabic نحن. Vous, you for many, more than one, means antum. Il, they for boys. Hum, elles, they for girls, means hunna. Donc ici, on a étudié les trois parties de la phrase française simple. Let's continue here. Pour la phrase française simple, the French simple sentence, on a le sujet. We explained together le sujet. Now let's go to the verb. Okay, the verbs in French are divided into three groups according to their ending, or according to its ending. So if we have any verb with ER, we will say that's a first group verb. Le premier groupe. Le premier groupe. Except with verb aller. Verb aller is with ER, but it's the third group. Okay, the first group verbs like verb parler, which means verb to talk or to speak. Okay, le deuxième groupe, the second group verbs, it's the verbs with IR, like verb finir, verb to finish. Troisième groupe, it's we can find in this group any verb with RE, like verb être, verb to be, verbs with IR, like verb avoir, verb to have, plus verbe aller, comme on a déjà dit. Le premier groupe et le deuxième groupe, ces deux groupes ont des règles à conjuguer. These two groups have rules. It means we will study a rule for the first group. With this group, avec cette règle, on peut conjuguer 5 ou 6 000 de verbes. We can conjugate 5 or 6 thousands of verbs. Okay, the same idea for the second group verbs. But the third group is an irregular group. What I mean by irregular group, it's like verb to be in English. Okay, verb to be in English is I am, he is, you are. So here we have am, is, and are. Okay, so this verb is irregular. It means there is no any rule to follow to conjugate the verb. So the teacher has to write the verb to give you the verb, because there is no rule. For the first group verbs, I will give you a rule. According to this rule, you can conjugate any verb with er. The second group, the same idea, but the third group, there is no any rule. Now in this session, we will study the first group verbs. Let's go to the first group verbs. Okay, here we will study le présent. Pay attention with me, please. Here we studied la phrase, the sentence, we studied the subject, we said it can be subject to pronoun, or proper name, or common name. And here the verbs are three groups. So what do we study here with the verbs? We study the present tense, طيب, we will study the present tense. We will study how to get the present from the first group verbs, how to get the present from the second group verbs, and how to get the present from the third group verbs. Okay, let's take the first group verbs as model this session. We said it's any verb with er except the verb aller. Okay, how to conjugate this verb? It means, what I mean by the word conjugate or conjuguer, donc c'est-à-dire, on va dire le verbe avec les pronoms sujets. We will say the verb with the subject to pronouns. Like, if I say verb to write, I write, he writes, she writes, we write, they write, like that. We will say the verb with the subject to pronouns. How to do it in French? Here we have the steps. On a des étapes or des pas ici. Donc we will take off the er. We cancel the er like here. Verb parler, verb to talk, we cancel the er. After that, we write the rest of the verb with all subject to pronouns, like here. We write the verb with the subject to pronouns with je, tu, il, elle, on, nouveaux, il, elle avec s, like that. We write the rest of the verb, what we have after cancelling the er. After that, we add new endings, and pay attention that these endings are for the first group verbs only, not for the second, not for the third. So we are studying these endings for the first group verbs only. Like here, we add e with je, we add es with tu, we add i or e with il, elle, on, ons avec nous, ez avec vous, ent avec il et elle avec s. Avec s means with s. Okay, how do we pronounce the verb? After adding these new endings, je parle, tu parles, il, elle, on parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il, elle parle. Pay attention here that I didn't pronounce, faites attention que j'ai pas prononcé les nouvelles terminaisons, sauf avec nous et avec vous. I didn't pronounce the new endings. es, ent. Just je parle, tu parles, il, elle, on parle, il, elle parle avec s. Okay, so here we don't pronounce the new endings that we add, but with nous and vous we add. We pronounce what we add. Nous parlons, vous parlez. Here come, on a des exemples à retenir. You have to memorize by heart these verbs. Comme verbe parler, verb to talk, manger, eat, jouer, aimer, adorer, or aimer, this can be aimer or aimer as you like to say, adorer, préférer, détester, changer, raconter, nager. And here we have des exemples à retenir. Ces exemples, on doit retenir, c'est-à-dire we have to memorize, on doit mémoriser ces exemples pour améliorer notre prononciation et améliorer notre écriture en français. Okay, so here we memorize this orally. Okay, we pronounce it orally, memorize it by heart, orally, then with the handwriting. Like here, let's start. Maintenant, this word has three pronunciations. We can say maintenant, or maintenant, or manon, as you like to say. Okay, for me, I prefer maintenant. Je parle français. Now I speak French. We started together je and we studied parle. Now we have two new words. Maintenant means now and français means French. So try to memorize this. J'aime les jeux vidéo. I love or I like the video games, les jeux vidéo. Je mange beaucoup. Je mange beaucoup. Je nage à la piscine chaque vendredi. So I will repeat. Maintenant, je parle français. J'aime les jeux vidéo. Je mange beaucoup. Je nage à la piscine chaque vendredi. Let's go next to this one is here. Bonjour, les salutations, the greetings. Let's say here, this is bonjour. Bonjour means good morning. Bonjour means good morning. Bon après-midi, good afternoon. Bonjour, bon après midi, bon après-midi. Bonsoir, good evening. Salut, salut. Hi or hello. Salut, bonjour, bon après-midi, bonsoir. And finally, hello, which is salut in French. Au revoir, saying goodbye, prendre congé. Au revoir, au revoir, à bientôt, à bientôt, à plus tard, à plus tard, à plus. We can say this abbreviation, à plus, instead of à plus tard. À tout à l'heure, à toute, à l'heure, à toutes. We can say à toutes. Okay. Salut, salut. Here we can say add e. Okay, here and here we add e. Sorry for this. Okay, salut, we can say it in the beginning as salutation, as greeting, and at the end to say goodbye. Salut, salut. Here, this is monsieur, les titres. Okay, monsieur, the mister. Okay, we say here, or sir, monsieur, this is the abbreviation of monsieur. Madame, 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 who married. Okay, and this is the abbreviation of the word madame. This is mademoiselle, who didn't marry yet, like we say in Arabic, Anissa. This is the abbreviation of mademoiselle. This is the abbreviation of mademoiselle. Okay, let's go to see something. Here we have les lettres. Let's listen the letters. Okay, we explained it together. Let's listen to the letters from native speakers.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Et maintenant je les connais, toutes les lettres de l'alphabet. Encore une fois, vous chantez avec moi? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Maintenant je les connais, toutes les lettres de l'alphabet.
Okay, let's hear something else about les voyelles, the vowel letters, except le Y.
A-E-I-O-U. 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 A-E-I-O-U.
J'aime le chocolat. Je n'aime pas les œufs. J'aime beaucoup le riz. J'aime aussi les gâteaux. Je n'aime pas la laitue.
A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U.
A-E-I-O-U.
A-E-I-O-U.
J'aime le chocolat. Je n'aime pas les œufs. J'aime beaucoup le riz. J'aime aussi les gâteaux. Je n'aime pas la laitue. A.
I. O. U. A. E. I. O. U. A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U.
done this one. Okay, and finally for this, the greetings and say goodbye. Okay, let's listen to this. Okay, it's perfect. The songs are a perfect way just to memorize or to pronounce well. Try to repeat with it. It's better if you memorize. Okay, the songs. Okay, it will ameliorate your pronunciation, sure, and your listening. Okay, let's go to this song.
Je te dis bonjour, tu me dis bonjour, on se dit bonjour et bonne journée. Je te dis au revoir, tu me dis au revoir, on se dit au revoir et à bientôt. Je te dis bonjour, tu me dis bonjour, on se dit bonjour et bonne journée. Je te dis au revoir, tu me dis au revoir, on se dit au revoir et à bientôt.
D'accord, donc on a fini cette partie ensemble. Donc après avoir expliqué la première chose, la première leçon, le premier cours, pour les élèves, les nouveaux élèves ou bien les élèves qui sont nouvellement venus dans notre école, vous avez après les 4 pages, ici qu'on a déjà expliqué. After the first 4 pages that we explained together, we have des exercices. We have here des exercices. D'accord? Vous allez les trouver sur Classera. Vous le faites dans Classera. Okay. And the model answer too will be after it. Here's it. Et après ça, le modèle de réponse, le modèle answer du premier cours. Ok, merci beaucoup et je vous vois dans la deuxième leçon. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.